Hello, my name is Isaac Cavazos. I'm a student in American Military University studying strategic planning. Today I'm going to be discussing ethical violations in health and Veterans Affairs healthcare. Recently, it was discovered that veterans who were seeking medical attention from the Veterans Health Administration were having to wait longer than was expected to receive health care. The long wait times wasn't the ethical violation, but the manipulation and falsification of wait time data at more than 40 facilities gave the impression that patients were being seen in a timely fashion, but they weren't. This is where the scandal lies. You see, if a manager was able to schedule timely appointments, then they would receive a bonus. And according to VA guidelines, a timely appointment should be 14 days from the patient's requested date. Now, there were secret lists that these managers were hiding from their bosses up in Washington. And in these secret lists, it revealed that patients were waiting up to 115 days for an appointment. That's almost 4 months. Now, during this time, up to 40 veterans died while waiting for an appointment. Now, you may think the VA is pretty bad, but 20 years ago, it wasn't. 20 years ago, they implemented a series of reforms that improved quality, it boosted success, and it increased efficiency. 5 years later, they won a reputation for providing superior quality health care. Now, let's fast forward back to May 30th, 2014, when Eric Shinseki was forced to resign as Secretary of Veteran Affairs. Basically, he bore the blame for all the falsification of the records of veterans' wait times for medical appointments. But it wasn't just the wait times that were a problem and the falsification of that data. An interim report conducted by the VA's Office of Inspector General found that, and I quote, inappropriate scheduling practices are a systematic problem nationwide. It wasn't just the delayed times that were an issue. The problems were discovered by the Inspector General in delivering and repairing medical equipment. You see, because hearing loss is a common service-connected disability due to working on aircraft, flying aircraft, being on an aircraft carrier, firing guns, being exposed to loud noise, etc., many people in the military suffer from hearing loss, while the VA provides many hearing loss facilities and services. And in 2012, it ordered more than 665,000 hearing aids, and it fixed 394,000 hearing aids. But it did not fix them or provide them in a timely manner. 30% of the time, it took more than 30 days to get new hearing aids to veterans after they had been delivered by the vendors, and it took the repair centers between 17 and 24 days to fix the hearing aids. See, the goal is to fix them within 5 days, and there was falsification of this data being reported. But let's examine some of the areas where the VA went astray. And we're going to examine why they went astray and what we can do to remedy it. Since 2002, 2.3 million servicemen and women have deployed in support of Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. Of these 2.3 million, over 1 million have access to health care from the VA. Now, because of the low understaffed numbers of primary care providers, you've got old aged facilities, and you have a very complicated scheduling process, the VA has been unable to provide decent service. Now, that's not excusing the falsification of data, but I quote, VA leadership created a toxic environment where they imposed an unrealistic performance standard and placed high priority on meeting it in the face of these difficult challenges. They further compounded the situation by using a severely flawed wait time monitoring system, and they expressed a no excuses management attitude. Now, no excuses may sound great when you brief it before a board of directors, but it's not realistic in application. It's either going to result in an accidental mishap or unethical practices, as it did in this case. A more realistic approach, hey, why don't you be more accountable and be transparent to the public? This way, the problems can be readily seen and they can be fixed without putting a manager in a situation where they feel pressured to lie about their numbers, just so they don't have to face their upper management with an excuse. Healthcare is a workplace where technology and competent care providers are a must, and the VA has to be provided with technology and competent care providers. Management also has to set fair and reasonable objectives from the top down and they should be decentralized, leaving the local healthcare manager able to make the best decisions for his patient's individual needs and their preferences. Thanks for listening to my report. My name is Isaac Cavazos. I hope you have a good day.